Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Holly with Vibe Yoga Lab, and for today's class I'm going to be guiding you through about a 30-minute kind of beginner slow flow vinyasa class. So to start off with, I'm going to have you guys place your mat in whatever room you're at. Make sure you have ample space around you. Grab a water bottle, any props if you need, bolster, blocks, or if you don't have any blocks you can always use your water bottle or some pillows. But we're going to start off lying on our backs. And we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide, and then come all the way down to our backs. And I'm going to have you rest your right hand on your heart and left hand on your belly, and just start off with some full deep belly breaths. Just kind of wiggle in, settle down into your space. Let your breath flow freely as you inhale through your nose. Feel your belly rise against your left hand. And then open up your mouth, really sigh it out. Good, you feel your belly deflate against your left hand beneath you. Gently start to close your eyes. Just tune into your breath. Relax the shoulders, elongate through the low neck, all the way down through the tailbone. And relax your knees and your toes and your ankles. Just focus on your breathing. Start to tune in everything around you. And then gently just turn off the switch of the noises and distractions that you just tuned into. Easily set them aside for a later time, spending this next half hour to yourself. So whether that means setting your phone further away from you, whether that means turning the TV off, maybe you practice in silence so you can really tune into your breath. Start to incorporate some Ujjayi breath, keeping the lips sealed. As you inhale through the nose, create a slight constriction in the back of your throat so that the breath beneath you becomes audible, a oceanic wave flowing through your body. Two more. Now keeping that oceanic breath or your Ujjayi pranayama breath throughout your practice, keeping that heat drawn into your body, the internal Agni or your fire. Next inhale, we're going to bring the knees together and hug them nice and close, wrapping your fingers and your hands across the top of your shins, and you're just gently rocking left and right. Maybe you take some rocks forward and back. Good. Full inhalation. Both arms are going to spread wide. Knees are going to fall to the right. The left hip's going to stack, and then you're going to shift your gaze towards your left palm. Your left shoulder is going to want to tend to lift here in this twist. Make sure you just draw it back down. And you're going to send your inhales and exhalations through your left side body. Good. Take 2 to 3 more rounds of Ujjayi breath here. Final exhalation, using the core, bringing the knees back in through center, staying for your inhale, and then your exhale, knees fall to the left. Take your twist as you shift your gaze towards the right palm. 2 to 3 breaths on this side, letting gravity do the knees. Exhale, bring the knees back through to the center. This time we're going to interlace the fingers behind the thighs. We're going to take 3 to 4 rocks forward and back. Good, work our way to an easy seated position. We're gonna cross the legs in front of us, foot in front, whatever is most comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall, so grounding down through your tailbone, lifting up through the crown of your head, palms facing up, closing the eyes. Take a few breaths here. Tune back into your Ujjayi breath, in through the nose and out the nose. Good. Take one more. Good, flutter open the eyes, deep breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you're gonna take a twist to your right. I am opposite from you guys, just so you know. The right hand comes behind you, left hand can rest on top of the right knee. You're lifting, finding length through your spine, and then exhale as maybe you deepen the twist by shifting your gaze just past the right shoulder. Take one more full breath in. Good, exhale, unwinding, coming back through to center. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, take your twist to the left this time. Left hand comes behind you, right hand rests on top of your left knee. Inhale, spine length, create the space in your spine. And then exhale, deepen your twist. One more slow breath. And exhale, unwinding back through. Good, this time we're gonna reach both arms up overhead. On your exhale, take a bend at the elbow. Bring them to 90 degrees. And then you're gonna swoop the right arm underneath your left, coming into Garudasana, eagle arms. If this isn't accessible to you, you can bring the arms around your back, kind of give yourself a big hug. Good. We're gonna lift the elbows away from the body and the hands up towards the sky, opening up through our center back. Inhale, shift your gaze up high, slight back bend here. And then on your exhale, you're gonna round the spine, bring the elbows into the center body. Good, inhale, lift up. And then exhale, round the spine. Good, 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last time. And then on your exhale, unwinding, reaching back up high. Exhale, 90 degrees with the elbows. This time, left arm swooped underneath your right. The bind in your arms, you can wrap them behind your back. Give yourself a big hug. 3 or 4 more rounds. Lifting up, kind of a cat-cow back here. Exhale, rounding. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. 2 more times. Last one. Exhale, unwinding the arms, reach them up overhead. Good, this time we're gonna interlace the hands behind our low back, press the palms together, lift up through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then send your drishti or your gaze up high and back. Take one more breath. Exhale, releasing. Coming into our first tabletop. So you can come up and over your knees or you can swoop the legs behind you. So we're coming onto our hands and knees. And then make sure your wrists are in line with your shoulders. Same thing, knees in line with your hips. Good, we're gonna take some flowing cat-cows here. So as you inhale, you're lowering your belly, lift your gaze, shine your tailbone up high to the sky. And then as you exhale, let your head fall heavy. Draw your tailbone down around the spine. Good, in breath, belly lowers, gaze lifts high. Exhale, pressing the mat away, broaden through your shoulder blades. Good, 3 or 4 more rounds here. Maybe you just close your eyes, find some organic movement. Feel the movement in your body, feel what feels best. So kind of move with intention here, move with gratitude, and then always move with mindfulness. So knowing what your body needs, knowing what your body doesn't need is a big part of our yoga practice. So taking what we need and leaving behind what's not serving us. Take about 10 more seconds here, just finding the free movement. Neutral spine, we're gonna bring the knees nice and wide. And then sink your hips down, come into your first child's pose. So arms stretch out long in front of you, hips rest down to the top of your heels. Forehead rests down on the earth. Good, taking 2 to 3 more breaths here, really reaching through the fingertips, drawing the hips down as much as you can. Feel the length through the spine. Good, our next inhalation, we're going to take the right hand, weave it right underneath your left, drop the right shoulder down to the earth, and you're just going to peek towards your right hand as you twist the gaze to the left. And exhale, come back through to center. Same thing with our left hand, weaving the left hand underneath the right. Coming to our left cheek as we shift the gaze or to our right side. One more full breath in. Exhale, come back through to your child's pose. Good, we're gonna shift through our tabletop, keep our knees nice and wide, and then shift our weight forward, dropping our hips down, take a bend in the knees, and then you're gonna lift your gaze up high. Good, exhalation, shift back into your child's pose. Now if you need to, you can roll up the back of your mat to place underneath your knees. If you have bad knees, that's okay. You can bring some pillows underneath your knees as well. But we're gonna shift forward and do this about 4 more times. So we're gonna drop the hips down, lift up through the spine and the heart, drop the head back. Exhale, sink back down into the hips. Good, nice and slow. Inhale, rolling up. Lifting up, pressing into the hands, trying not to dump into the chest. And then exhale, bring it back down. 2 more times. And last one. Very good. From child's pose, you're gonna bring the knees together. Keep the hands somewhat close to the top of your mat, flip your toes, and then we're gonna lift up through the hips, send them up and back, come into your first downward facing dog. So we're gonna walk the legs out a little bit here. Foundation, root to rise. So press into your hands, spread them nice and wide, grip the mat beneath you so that there's no space between your palm and the mat. And then walk the legs out, pedal 1 knee at a time, shake your head yes and no. Wrap your triceps towards your armpits, release the shoulders away from your ears. And then keep a bend in the knees, heels lift up off the mat, and then press your belly towards your thighs. Good, come into stillness here. Take 2 to 3 breaths. Open up your mouth, sigh it out. 2 more. Last one. Good. Take a deep bend in the knees, look forward, inhale. On your exhale, slowly walk your feet to your hands at the top of the mat. Then we're gonna step the feet nice and wide. Take a deep bend in your knees, grab opposite elbow, and we're gonna sway here in ragdoll. Good, so you're bringing a ton of weight to the crown of your head. Good, slowly flutter the eyes open. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease. Take a slight bend in the knees, forward fold. Good, in breath, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna plant the hands and then step the right foot directly back to the back of your mat, dropping the right knee down. We're gonna inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Hands meet at the top. Full breath in, slight back bend. Good, and then the exhale back to neutral. Planting the right hand down to the mat. Taking a twist as you reach up through the left hand. Good, so you're sinking into the right through the left hand. Take one more full breath in. Good, exhale, plant your left hand, flip your right toes, lift the right knee, step your back foot up to meet your front. Inhale, take your halfway lift. Exhale, left side, plant your hands, step your left foot back, drop the left knee, reach both arms up overhead, Anjaneyasana left side, arms and fingertips meet at the top, lifting up and back, slight back bend. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand down to the mat. Take your twist through the right hand. Good, keep pressing into the left hand. Try not to dump into that left shoulder, pressing active. Straight line all the way through the right fingertips. Good, exhale. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Flipping the left toes, left knee lifts. Step the back foot up to meet your front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Take one more full breath in. Good, on your next inhale, floating forward to plank pose, bringing the right knee into the chest, and then dropping the right shin down to the earth. Right foot rests inside the left hip crease. Coming into half pigeon here. So we're keeping the hips nice and neutral. Avoid dumping into the right hip. So we want the hips nice and square lifted. And then on an exhale, you're slowly melting the body like honey over the right knee. Coming down to the forearms. And then this is where you can bring a block in. You can either bring a block right underneath your forehead, or you can bring a pillow so that you can rest your neck down, or you can just simply tuck your chin to your chest. Good, we're here for 5 to 6 breaths. Slowly just let your breathing come to an even pace. Feel your breath and your belly expand against your right thigh. Take 2 more slow breaths. Final exhalation, slowly rising by pressing into the hands, lifting up through the chest. We're going to be sitting into the right hip crease, swooping the left leg around. Now listen carefully here. We're going to cross the left foot up and over our right knee. Then we're going to place the left hand behind us. I'm opposite from you guys. Right arm reaches high. You're going to take a twist to your left. Hook your right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee. So you're twisting to the left. Good. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Final exhale, you're using it to unwind the legs. And then swooping them behind you, coming into downward facing dog, stepping the legs up high, lifting them through the hips. Good, full breath in as you float forward to plank pose. Bring the left knee into the chest, and then drop the left shin down, right leg extends long behind you. Good, aiming for our left foot to rest in our right hip crease. If you have an extra pillow or an extra block and you like to place it right underneath your left sit bone, you can, to help remind yourself not to sink into that left hip. You want to stay lifted, hips square. Good. Full exhales, you melt the body forward, coming down to your forearms down. So options here, maybe you're a little more flexible on the side. You can reach all the way through the hands and resting the forehead completely down to the earth. So it's your choice here. If you need to stay lifted on the forearms, that's okay. And just focus on your breathing here. Go ahead, take 2 more full breaths in. last one. Exhale, slowly rising. Good, removing the block from underneath your left sit bone, sinking into the left hip, and then we're swooping the right leg, crossing it up and over the left knee. Good, right hand comes behind us this time, lifting through the left arm, taking a twist to the right first, hooking the left elbow to the outer edge of your right knee. So you're looking and twisting to the right this time. Full breath in. The other side of whatever you did last time. Full breath in. Good, give me one more. Exhale, slowly releasing the legs, bringing them long in front of you. Adjusting your sit bones so you're sitting right on your, right like underneath like the fleshy part of your butt. You're lifting up, pressing the bones down into the mat so that you can sit up nice and tall. And then flex your feet towards your face. If you need to invite a slight micro bend to the knees, you can. Full breath in as arms reach up overhead. Exhalation, reach as far as you can towards your toes. And then let your fingertips come down to the mat. And this is when you can round the spine, broaden through the shoulder blades, and then tuck your chin, rest your forehead towards your knees. Final exhalation, slowly walk your hands towards the center body, lifting up. And then we're gonna come all the way down to our backs, keeping a bend in the knees. We're then gonna come into reclined figure four. So we're crossing the right foot, and then let the right ankle cross over the left knee. Now, before we grab behind the left thigh, we're gonna press the right knee towards the front of the room, nice and gently here. And if this is an okay stretch for you, if this is deep enough, you can stay here. Or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, options are to grab behind the left thigh and then lift the left knee towards your chest. If you can't quite get the grip behind your left thigh, you can always grab like a towel or a small blanket and use it kind of like a strap, and then just pull the left knee towards your chest. Good, 3 to 4 breaths here on this side. Gently closing the eyes, slowing down the breath. Elongate through the neck. Take one more slow breath in. Slow exhale out as you unwind. Bring the right foot back down to the left. Same thing, crossing the left ankle up and over the right knee. Gently just guiding the left knee towards the front of the room, and then feeling the side out. If this is okay, stay here. If you'd like to lift the right knee in towards the chest, you can this time. Make sure both feet are nice and flexed and active. Draw the shoulders away. Try not to lift up through the neck. We really want to avoid like crunching the low neck. Bringing the chin into the chest as much as you can so you can find that length through the neck. Take 3 to 4 breaths, nice and slow. Final exhalation, slowly with control. Unwind, left foot comes back down to the mat. Step your feet nice and wide so they somewhat come to the outer edges of your mat, and then just drop the knees inwards. Find that nice counter pose in the outer hips. Good, relax, 2 to 3 breaths. And when you're ready, slowly walk the feet back in towards each other. Coming into a small back bend here. As close as you can to the sit bones. Maybe you brush the back of the heels with the fingertips. Good, bring the palms to face down on the mat. Squeeze the thighs together. On a deep inhale, you're gonna lift up through the hips, tuck your chin towards your chest, and then take a full breath in here, feeling it through the belly, lift and rise. Squeeze, 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 lift a little bit higher. Exhale slowly with control, come all the way down. Good, bring the knees into the feet. Grab big toe with pointer and thumb coming into our happy baby. So the elbows are gonna come in line with the knees, and then maybe you just sway left and right here. Good, keep drawing the knees down to the earth. Take one more slow breath in here. And then release the fingers from the toes, coming into our final pose here of waterfall pose. So if you guys have a wall next to you, I want you to shimmy your sit bones as close as you can to the wall. And then you're just gonna straighten your legs up the wall here. And then just let the arms fall nice and wide. Nice and restorative here, so nothing's holding up your legs. You're just kind of using the wall to prop your legs up. And then just slowly focus on slowing down your breathing, feeling your heartbeat settle in, come back to a normal rhythm, closing the eyes, and just letting the breath flow. Very good. Take a full breath in. Sigh it out. Now your choice. You can either stay here for your Shavasana, your final relaxation pose, or you can come all the way down to your backs on your mats with the legs nice and long, closing the eyes and letting the arms just fall down next to you. And no focus to the breath, just let it kind of flow freely through the body. Everything is surrendered here, everything is relaxed. No tension in the body. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a full breath in as you reach your right arm up overhead. On your exhalation, knees come into your chest, rolling onto your right side. Let your head cradle into your right bicep. Take a final moment. And then when you're ready, come to an easy seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, bringing the hands to meet at heart center. And just gently bowing within, closing out our practice together. Taking a full breath in. Open up your mouth, sigh it out. Good, bringing the hands up to your forehead. The light, love, and beauty in me recognizes and acknowledges the light, love, and beauty in every single one of you. And with that, we'll bow together and say namaste. It was an honor to guide you through this practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Holly with Vibe Yoga Lab, and I can't wait to practice with you again. Take care.